Hey guys, Extreme Across here. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do your sidewall string on this Rabil X head with thread mesh. If you saw the last video, Jeremy did the top string. But I'll just be showing you guys how to do sidewall today. So first thing you want to do is make sure your mesh is really stretched out, because if it's not, you won't have much of a pocket. You can always build one in later, but it's just easier to stretch it out before. So the first thing you want to do is you want to tie a nice knot and pull it through the, I'm skipping a hole on this Rabil X, and then I'm going to take my string, I'm going to go up like this through sidewall hole, and then I'm going to go skip a hole, and I'm going to go through the outside of that sidewall hole, and then you're going to see this loop here, and you're just going to pull the string right through that loop. Make sure you're pulling it really tight, because if you're not pulling it tight, your sidewall will come loose, and it's going to affect the way you throw. Once you've pulled that really tight, it should almost look like a little L. So then, next thing you want to do is you want to go up through the next hole in this mesh, and then you're going to pull that down really tight just to stretch out that hole a little bit. Then I'm going to go through, skip another hole, and I'm going to go through the outside again, leaving that loop. And it should look like that again. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go this time through the outside of the mesh hole, not skipping a hole. You're going to see this little loop I have here. I'm going to go up through the next 12 mesh. Don't know if you can see that. And then I'm going to pull it through that loop. And what that's going to do is that's going to lock up your top string. And your pocket placement is going to be right in the middle. So this will be really tight up here. If you're trying to string a high pocket, just don't do that step, and you'll be fine. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go up through the next hole of mesh, and then I'm going to go down through the next hole of mesh. So I'm going to double it up. And then what I'm going to do is, you can see that, I'm going to pull. Also, if you have some pliers might come in handy, just so you can pull all the strings nice and tight. That could help a lot. I'm going to interlock it right here. You're going to get through the outside. You're going to see that loop. I'm going to pull it through that loop. What that's going to do is it's going to bunch up your mesh for where your pocket's going to be. So it'll pull it nice and tight there. And if you want, you can always just pull or stretch out your mesh to make sure you know where your pocket's going to be. I'm going to catch up on the other side. That's a smart thing to do, because so you can see where your pocket's going to be. Because if you don't like it when you're all done, then you're basically, you have to restring the whole thing. So I'm going to go through. I'm just going to do this real quick so I can show you guys how to finish it off. It's really important that you keep your strings nice and tight, so they don't come loose, because that will affect the channel on your stick. There's also names for all these locks I'm doing on the side, but if you're a beginner, I'm not going to say them, because it'll just confuse you a lot more than you need to be.
If we go to school, we'll be like, what's an interlock?
Yeah. Jeremy, what time is it? So I just finished up on the side. As you can see where my pocket's going to start to be. So notice how this is nice and tight up here. The pocket's not going to be right there. It's going to be more down here. And then I'm going to try to tighten it up down here. So the pocket's just going to be right here. Next thing, I'm going to go up through the next hole of mesh. Skip a hole. And pull that nice and tight. It should look like that L again that you did up here. You're going to go up through the next hole of mesh. Pull that through that hole, just look like that. And then I'm going to skip another hole. Pull this. Actually, no, never mind. Don't skip a hole. Of course, this all depends on what head you have. On a Rabil X, I'm skipping holes, but most heads have like this have plenty of holes, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, see that pocket again. Next thing I'm going to do is go up through the next hole of mesh, which is right there. So it should look something like that. Alright, and then you're going to pull that through. Skip another hole and do your another interlock. So it should look like that. And then you're going to do one of these again, where you go through the outside, not going through another mesh hole, not skipping the hole. Should look something like that. You're done. And then what you want to do is you want to go through the next hole of mesh, up through it, skip a hole, and pull that nice and tight down and get your L shape again. And then I'm going to go, not going through another hole of mesh, I'm going to put it through the next hole, which should be your last hole. I'm going to pull that through nice and tight and do a nice tie off. I'm going to catch up on the other side and I'll show you guys then. Just make sure I'm doing this right. There's your pocket. Alright, now I'm just going to do a bottom string. If you guys don't know how to do a bottom string, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going to pick what hole you want to go through. I'll just go through that one. Make sure your knot's big enough. If you have to do a double knot, I'll show you how to do one of those in a second. You always want to make sure, say I go through this hole right here, the mesh. You always want to make sure that you count how many holes you go through, like how many holes are next to the string. Because if you have like 2 next to the string on that side, on this side, well, sorry, and then you have like 3 on that side, your bottom, it's going to be pulling the mesh like a different way. So next I'm going to go up through there, down to this hole. I'm going to put it through that side bottom string hole. So it should look like that. And then do a tie off. If I have enough string here. Your string does not have to be that big. You don't need like a sidewall string to do that. Alright. And then eventually, when you're all done, that's what your stick should look like. Pretty nice pocket on it. Not a bad channel. If you want, a very helpful tool is a pocket pounder. It's almost like, you can find it at most stores, it's almost like a little shaft with a ball on the end. You can make these yourself too, and you just go like this. And it'll pound in a nice pocket. I'm just going to show you guys how to do shader string, in case you don't know how. First thing you want to do is, this is actually how East Coast dyes showed us in, like, shows you in a video they do. Here, actually, I'll just do the shader first. You're just going to put it through this first hole mesh, right, like that, and then you're going to go, you're just going to, like, weave it through almost. Right, and then eventually when you're done doing that, it should look something like that. Pull that, so you only, because you want to have, this is definitely going to affect the way you're throwing, because it's going to pull, if you pull it too tight, it's going to go like that. But if you put it too loose, it'll be like that, so you just want it to be nice, tight, but not too tight. And then what you're going to do is, you're going to wrap it around and pull it through that next hole of mesh like that. That you should have already gone through. And then I'm going to go up through the next one. As you can see, the shooter is definitely used. It used to be on my old gamer. Here, I'll do one more and then show you guys what it should look like. And you're just going, remember, through. Oh crap! Sorry, I pulled my string too tight and I ran out right there. But remember, you're just going down through. You're gonna have to rotate by going up on top of the string and then bottom up top of the hole. Because if you just go like through the bottom the whole time, it's gonna look trust me, it won't look right. So this time, since I went through the bottom the last time, as you can see here, I have to go through over the next string. And sorry guys, these videos will improve. It's hard to find a spot to do it. Because,
we'll find a better setup.
Yeah, we'll probably set something up in the future, so.
Expect more high quality.
Yeah. This is just in my office, so. So that's pretty much how you do it. And then this time, since I went through the bottom last time, I'm going to pull it over the top. And I'll just finish it off so you guys can see what the end turnout should be.
So anyways, be expecting more of these videos, or maybe some review videos of this head and more. So
Maybe a test or something.
We'll probably put a shaft on it. Right now, just make it easier. We just have the head. We'll put a shaft on. We'll do some reviewing, and we'll come back to you guys with maybe a review video of this head. So yeah. So long from Extreme Lacrosse.
And subscribe.
Subscribe. Stay tuned for more.